I'm a bad motherfucker.
That children will no longer be prescribed puberty blockers at gender identity clinics. This is coming from NHS England. It just broke in the last few moments.
Well, thanks for ruining Christmas. I remember in middle school when you felt self-conscious if you were the last one to go through puberty. That really went topsy-turvy, didn't it?
Now you're a loser with leg hair and a beard.
So England is blocking. They're not going to give puberty blockers anymore. And so I guess there goes Princess Charlotte's chance to be king. and I guess Harry Potter's going to finally going to be allowed to grow a mustache.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a great point.
Okay. Breaking news out of the UK. Children will no longer be prescribed puberty blockers at gender clinics. And that's per the NHS. England has confirmed. So, and guess who said that? That's the Gays Against Groomers. So those are gay people.
Traitors.
So that's traitors. Traitors to their
who hate people who hate LGBTQ.
The world is waking up to the fact that transing kids is medical abuse. No child is born in the wrong body. They say that. Well, I think we need to fund research, medical research, towards psychotic adult interference with children blockers. How about that?
Oh, well, they have an NHS. That's the big key to it. So England is totally captured with the nonsense we're captured by. But guess what? They got national health care.
Yeah.
And because this is driven by private pharmaceutical companies who sell that crap, they don't have the power. Like, they can't advertise on TV like they can here.
Right.
So that's the only reason that. So I was like, why would UK is so far down the rabbit hole with nonsense American woke shit. I was like, how could this happen?
It's worse.
Yeah, because they don't have all fully privatized medicine. That's why.
So I guess this means that the UK is anti-trans. There's no other possible reason to not give small children hormone-blocking drugs.
No, they want genocide is what it is, Jimmy.
That's what it is. So guess what? So this guy, Leor Sapper, he said. So this guy, he's a fellow and he's got a PhD at Boston College and stuff like that. He's from Harvard, all kinds. So he's very well credentialed, this guy. He says he asked Oxford University's Michael Biggs what he thought about the National Health Service in England's decision to decommission puberty blockers. And here's what he wrote to me. This is good news, though painfully delayed. It's 5 years to the month since I broke the news that the Tavistock Clinic was covering up the results of its experiment on puberty blockers. Wow. So I just what here we go. Why did the NHS take 5 years to
treat from puberty blockers?
To retreating? That's must be a misprint. Why did the NHS take 5 years to retreat from puberty? First, the Tavistock NHS Trust benefited financially from its children's gender clinic, which by 2020 had become a major revenue stream. Second, gender clinicians are ideologically invested in their practice. They are not willing or able to evaluate evidence scientifically. Why did they take 5 years? I don't know. Maybe it's time for the NHS to grow up. How about that?
Maybe they were on puberty blockers and they
maybe that's what it is.
Why is it going to take way more than 5 years for that to happen here? Is the real question.
Is he you can't be insinuating or suggesting that there was an amoral motive behind all of this, can you? Just because there are the same doctors who, if they were veterinarians, would offer surgery to put a marsupial pouch on your dog to hold your cell phone?
You can get that?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know puberty blockers are Cockney rhyming slang for off your rockers? Did you know that?
No. I'm trying to learn Cockney rhyming slang. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. Here's his third reason why it took 5 years. Third, there were many adolescents and parents who were desperate to access these drugs in the mistaken belief that they would enable them to change sex. Fourth, the LGBT groups wielded an outsized amount of power within the NHS and the political and media system. Boy, They certainly do.
You don't think that flag is a great addition to every single building and thing that you look at everywhere? That amazingly put together flag,
the ugliest flag in the history of flags.
Shit! Whoever made that shouldn't be
was
proud.
not gay. I'll tell you that. Whoever made that flag was not gay, which makes almost everyone else frightened to challenge the orthodoxy. So people were afraid. I know at first I was, because I didn't know much about it, and I didn't even want to talk about it because I knew if you said the wrong thing, you'd get canceled. So I was
we need to have a member of the community here to talk about it. What? Why would I need to have that to say my opinion about a thing that affects everyone?
The gay mafia is badass, Kurt, and I mean that literally. Their asses are actually not very good. Their asses have been through some rough times. That's all I'm saying. Here's Dr. Simone Gold says breaking children will no longer be prescribed. So some people responded. So we had the gays against groomers responding. Now Dr. Simone, she says this is a great development, but it should have never been permitted in the first place. Mm-hmm. It's time for the United States to do the same. Repost if you want to see puberty blockers for children banned. Vivek, which rhymes with stomachache. Vivek Ramaswamy says England just banned puberty blockers in minors because gender dysphoria is a mental health disorder. Affirming kids' confusion isn't compassion, it's cruelty. Truth and compassion aren't intention. They actually go together. Wow. You finish your homework, young man, or we're going to give you a vagina.
Look, they don't have the pharma that we have to keep it going that long. Like, it went way too long, and they had too much power, these groups inside the government. But this is big business here. And think of all the redacted, now luckily the vaccine was safe and effective and so the spread, but the redactions on the pages of side effects when at these hearings, they would just be all blacked out. The extra weight of that is going to mean, it means it's going to take a lot longer because this is a real big money maker here. And it's lifetime. It's a person's got to keep paying for the rest of their life for this.
I think that the culture has collectively, it's starting to regain its mind a little, and this is a sign of it, but they totally lost their minds. And when you have biological, when I'm watching a swim meet, and I'm watching a female swim meet, and I see one of the swimmers twice the size of the rest of them, and
lapping them back and forth,
and with a penis bulge in their swimsuit, and beating them all, I know that and then you're not supposed to notice that or say anything. I know that and then people pretending and conflating. We saw that gay Amish guy on YouTube conflate what happened at Stonewall with biological males entering female locker rooms and female spaces and competing as females. So don't believe that gay Amish fellow on YouTube. That's not what happened at Stonewall. What happened at Stonewall was trans and cross-dressers and gay people were being messed with by the police just because they were gay and trans.
Shaken down, and
they were being messed with heavily by the police, and they finally said, "No, that's enough," and we're fighting back. That's not what's going on in today's society. What's going on in today's society is biological males are invading female spaces and demanding that you go along with it, or else they're going to call you a phobe of some kind. And
which is a mental disorder, by the way, a phobia.
Again, that's right. So
you can use that as an insult.
And they're abusing kids, just like Vivek Ramaswamy says. They're doing this under some kind of mental illness that they think they're helping children. Children have gender dysphoria. That is not anyway. So.
Adults can do what they want. A kid
that's right.
who hasn't been through puberty is not qualified. If you don't understand that, I assume you have Asperger's to some degree, which a lot of them do. So they don't get how sports work. They don't get how anything works.
Right.
Because they live in anime fantasy land.
So so if someone tries to tell you that the current fight to put biological males inside female locker rooms and inside female sports is akin to Stonewall, that person has a mental disorder or is just blatantly lying to you. I gotta think it's both.
If you would believe that, there's no point in talking to you because you're dumb. Why would you even hear that and think that's a possibility, that's a thing? So unless you know nothing about Stonewall or this.
That's right. So yeah, that's right. So maybe if you listen to a gay Amish fellow on YouTube, He's going to pretend that this is just like Stonewall. That guy's he's got a mental disorder, and he's lying.
Not horse lord.
That's got nothing to do. That's got nothing to do with Stonewall. Was about the gay and trans people being messed with by the police, and they fought back. This is about biological males invading female spaces, female sports, and and screwing over kids who are confused for life, screwing up kids for life, and people for money covering up the results of the experiments that they've been running on them.
They wouldn't do
That's
that for
what
money.
this is. That's what this is. It's got nothing to do with Stonewall. Okay, over to Steph. Oh, well, you know,
All right,
let's take a break,
yes.
and we'll be right back. Hey, guess what? I'm putting a lot of my money, my retirement money, into precious metals, gold and silver. Why? Because lots of people I trust with money, Max Kaiser's one of them. He's a big Bitcoin guy, and he told me gold is a good hedge against inflation, and gold is a good hedge against the stock market. And so did Carol Roth said that. And then also, who's the guy who wrote the book from Maui, my friend? Why am I blanking on his name?
Ed
Dowd. So they all said this. So I'm with them. And so I'm putting that into this. And I decided to partner with our sponsor to do this, Colonial Metals Group. They're helping me set up a secure, self-directed IRA where I have access to my assets no matter what the stock market and no matter what the government's doing. So let a team of experts at Colonial Metals Group help you protect your family's future. We've put together a special offer for our audience. Get this offer. Listen to this. You click on the link in the description below or call a special 800 number and you'll receive a safe, and up to $10,000 in free silver. Then the number to call is 888-910-1419. 888-910-1419, or go to colonialsmetalgroup.com/Jimmy-Dore-Show.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy.